can't even... I can't even shoot anyone with this. Let's just start shields. We hope for the best. Can I just undo? Can I Control Z? Oh god damn it. That was so dumb. I would probably kill this frigate. What the hell happened? What the hell? Oh, come on.
No time to die here, right?
There's no way I can beat this. There's actually no effing way. And I'm dead. And I'm dead. Well, the first time I played this, I was closer than now. This guy blow up, I blow up. F it. Of course I cannot. Of course I cannot move. Oh, of course. Yay! Yay! I am dead. Okay, load the game. Load the game at the shuttle. Sorry. So. In every single one of them I have to lose profit factor. In here I cannot win this fight. in here. I cannot even go there. I cannot win this fight. So... what should I do? What should I do? Lapidus mortus. Lapidus mortus. Lapidus mortus. Jesus, sorry. I don't think so. Let's go with deadly. Or we can go to Furibundus system. Sell some stuff, maybe buy some stuff. Perception, thank you. Safe warp travel to Furibundus. Can I go there? Bruiser's blessing. I want to take a look at the stuff. Oh! 80 points of protection for each sector. 4 shots burning plasma torpedoes. These are only torpedoes. Okay, provides void weapons with targeting data granting 90% critical hit chance and 5%. Ooh. Okay, I have this one. I need this in my life, and probably this. Torpedo tubes capable of firing 4 plasma torpedoes. Long range lance weapon dealing from 45 to 55 damage to chosen enemy with a narrow firing arc. Or 4 shots burning plasma torpedoes. Yeah. And disarray. Thank you. Equip it. Engines 14, 14, 12. In addition, it grants 3 additional void movement points when running. Strong acceleration, low braking, whatever. Burning plasma. Short burning plasma torpedoes. Okay. equip it. Prow. Mezzolance, Trozo. Okay, Starbird. 2 shots, dealing 41. 4 shots. Dealing 21 damage. Oh, this is take off. And dialogue, Ash World. There is nothing. Shireen, if you find a spare minute on footfall when you are not deciding our lackluster fates, I would be delighted to see you at my Amarikar in the Damascus. I will tell Octi to set aside some decent wine, in case you decide to grace our humble party with your luminous presence. It is an occasion celebrated on my world, Afrit. It is the day when a person shows by their actions that they have reached maturity, that their spirit is ennobled. Among the Afritian nobility, this day is considered more important than other symbolic events, such as the first cry of the day or the day of repose. And by wonderful coincidence, my Amarikar happens to fall on the day when I also wish to celebrate my acquisition of Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It will be my pleasure.
The world will bow.
Old shield. Jadę. Ja też. Whoa. That sucks. Cool. Yeah. No właśnie. The medkits. And 5 minutes. Be right back. Okay.
Embrace
Okay,
true
let's speak
power.
with Jay. Chucky, have you found something? Hey, thug. Why don't you clear off?
The machine gun grants me insight.
Okay, where is she? Probably here. Or maybe not. What? Celebrate her acquisition of the Malala Fisher with her crew on Footfall, a social event in company of cult traders could prove to be exciting diversion. With her crew on Footfall. So she's probably somewhere over here. Gordei Skatov? I don't know
Powers
you, sir.
unseen uncover my path.
Who the hell are you? The flabby man in worn clothes is sighing sadly over a glass of murky booze. Only when he looks up at you do you notice his eyes, large, piercing, and full of sorrow, a stark contrast to his unkempt appearance. Could it be that someone actually wishes to keep you company? Why not? Allow me to introduce myself. Gordei Skatov, architectural historian. You look deeply despondent over something. What happened? Gordei sigh heavily. Here I go again, pouring my heart out to have you disappear in 10 minutes just like everyone else before you. But alright, here is the story of Gordei Skatov, the unluckiest historian in the Imperium. I was born 2 sectors away from here. My family was quite influential, which allowed me to dedicate myself to my great passion, the history of Imperium architecture. I spent a number of years studying every scholarly work there was to find on this art. And then, once I had inherited my family's fortune, I traveled and documented the development of architectural throughout, though on different worlds. Through different, whatever. Until one day, oh, that accursed and blessed day. Until one day I came into possession of something quite special. Gordei pulls what looks like a book or an album with a homemade leather cover out of his bag. Both the pages and the binding look well worn. Here it is, my undoing. This is an authentic booklet titled The Wayne's Design, one of the thousands that were printed centuries ago in the times of Footfall's constructions. What a curious read. Please tell us more. As Cassia takes a shy step forward, Gordei smiles and shows her some of the faded pages. Footfall's founder, Lord Parsimus, was obsessed with his creation's grand future. This booklet describes in detail what Footfall was meant to become upon its completion. Dozens of asteroids turned into glorious places and temples, massive bridges spanning the void itself, and the marvelous flying buttresses. The archivolts of the exterior arches, the elegant arrangement of balusters, and the interior, proliferous 10 stories tall and more than a kilometer long. Cyclopean light tubes that catch the light of Furibundus and use it to brighten the holes in the hearts of the asteroids, stained glass windows and mosaics, bas-reliefs and statues. Engrossed in his own description, Gorday stands up and starts tracing the outlines of arches and galleries with his hand. Keep listening. Emerging from his reverie, he catches himself, blushes slightly, and loudly flops back onto his seat. I apologize. I got carried away. But you must understand how deep an impression this booklet left on me when my young self picked it up. I simply couldn't think about anything other than football. I was ready to give my life just to see this incredible station. And of course, no matter how hard my friends and loved ones tried to dissuade me, I still gathered all my savings and set out on a journey. It is no easy feat to cross the two sectors, especially for a common citizen, albeit one who has some resources at his disposal. I had to change one ship after another, at times being forced to stay on transfer worlds, waiting for a vessel headed in the right direction or for warp disturbances to subside. The voyage took me a total of 107 years, in real space-time, of course. For me it was much less than that, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 or 35. And then after all those years, having spent all of my savings, I reached my dream. And what did I see? A dump in place of the exquisite Patiso. Metal anthills clinging to the columns, the marble tiles pilfered by paupers to use as cladding for their hovels. Gorday hangs his head. It's been a dozen years since I came here and still haven't recovered from the shock. I had suspected that not everything from the booklet would exist in reality, but I never expected to see Footfall in such a sorry state. It is like stumbling upon the horrible, decomposing corpse of your beautiful beloved. Argenta's gaze darkens. The warp, like a shameless thief, is guilty of stealing the short span allotted to his servants. But what sense is there in spending half your life on such an enterprise, only to then lose your spirit and waste the remaining half on nothing at all? So then ink and paper too can lie and cause pain. Cassius sighs sadly. Does this mean that all I have ever read about will one day disappoint me with the ugliness of reality? Is what happened to Footfall not part of its history? Yeah, the second one. Strokes his goatee in thought. Yes, Footfall's current appearance, slums fused together with the remains of majestic palaces, is a unique phenomenon. It would be curious to observe it if other places have taken after it, whether it be solidifying it as a new style of architecture, or if it still remains a local oddity. My word, you certainly know how to provide an unexpected perspective on things. Be that as it may, I just wanted to say thank you for hearing me out. Over the dozen years I have spent on Footfall, not one person has hung around long enough to listen to my story to the end. It's such a delight to have shared everything that's been weighing on my mind. I'm poor as church mouse, but I still have something to offer you as a token of my appreciation. After studying the booklet thoroughly, I discovered something interesting. A cipherhead message scattered throughout its pages. Taking the form of a riddle, it described certain places of interest on Footfall, I believe it is the work of the booklet's creators. What if these riddles lead to something, a wondrous discovery? I will gladly share what I've been able to learn with you. Riddles! A flash of burning, almost childish curiosity brightens Cassius' austere countenance. Have you not tried to make this wondrous discovery for yourself? I have, of course, but I'm an old man who is blind in one eye and can barely move his legs. I never found anything, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to find. Tell me all of the places. The first location from the riddles isn't far from here. It's a bridge that was supposed to go through the center of this district and into the void toward the neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spawns were built, and even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived after all those years, it is there somewhere. The second location is the Lantern of the Great Cathedral. A lantern is a small tower on top of dome. You've seen Footfall's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just the nave of the former little cathedral. The Liege's entire so-called palace would have fit inside what was meant to be not but a single room. The great cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger, but alas, its construction was just getting underway when the rain died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, had already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of Saint Drusus the Warrior. And that's all I know. I wish you luck in your search. Thank you very much. So, where the hell are you? Really? Jay, I don't have time for this. They are not even in here.
Intriguing.
Look. What? I cannot even.
Trembles beneath my feet.
Why I can't go back? Please don't tell me it's bugged. Oh my freaking god. Okay, there's a Tavia.
I tread a path
Yes, there is.
unexplored.
Oh, you easily spot Jay and the group crowded around the table. No, it wasn't easy. The extravagant luxury of her attire and her gleaming augment set her apart from the rest. Seeing you, she exclaims, may the gravitational wells on your worlds never lack for grip, just as my heart never lacks for joy at the sigh of rogue trader von Valensis. And an approving chuckle, Octaviana mutters, I can't believe it. You actually roped the rogue trader into coming to your party. The rogue trader raises a toast for your health. I will start to believe you really are a princess, and not just a smuggler with the gift of the gab. Please take a seat, your lordship. Join the group. Throws out the bottle from under the table. The glass is as thick as your finger and it is covered with wax seals. With no exaggeration, this is the finest amasek that has ever graced this bar. Jay personally acquired it, as she said, for a special occasion. It seems that you are the special occasion, your lordship. The crowd around the table falls silent, exchanging awkward looks. It would appear they are unaccustomed to drinking in the presence of lofty individuals such as you. Let us drink to the lady of the hour. Look at the other people around the table. So there are your associates. So these. What were you talking about before I arrived? Nothing. No, I don't want to read this. The assembled group burst into approving cheers and the bar fills with the sounds of clicking glasses. The amasek tastes exorbitantly expensive, sweeping you into a kaleidoscope of flavors. Tart floral bitterness, honeyed sweetness, and then other far more refined sensations that are nameless, owing to the small number who can afford to experience them. Bravo, Octi. This amasek will do me very well indeed. Okay, business is my dear Tora, whose mind never strays from the chilly peaks of the mountains of money she's made, was telling me the latest cold trade news. Exciting times are upon us. We are not the only ones being tested for weak spots. Vladim's, I will read him as Vladim, set on putting the altar inquisitors out of businesses. And it looks like he's got Mercy's blessing to do it. The big beasts are picking off the small ones. I think things are only going to get more interesting from here on out. It means it's time for us to step up and become major players, eh? I know a couple of Chegnars from the Ultrequisitors. They're dry as you like. We could tell them to cool their heels with us, and there will be more willing at the other altars. We could take on Falco and even blow Vladimir out the airlock too. Okay, I don't need to read this. Of course there will be a battle. The man who has just approached the table is hideous by anyone's standards. Repulsive face, greasy hair, and bulging veins at the temples. His attempt at an amiable smile is so transparently false and off-putting that your fingers itch to reach for your weapon. With a surprised look askance at you, he says, Mistress Haydari, allow me to wish you a happy America. Master Mercy would not let such an occasion go unmarked. He sends his warm wishes and a gift. Is it a bomb? Who's this? Mercy. What is your present for J. Falco? Exotic Venom Blade. Gaudy weapon. Whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna able to read all of this. Especially that I have to go. No. I should take my leave and dialogue. For today, this is all for me. Sorry. But as you can hear, I cannot read anything more without, or say anything more without coughing. So yeah, thank you for being here. And yeah, we shall see again sometime. I hope it will be tomorrow, or maybe I should say today. So thank you once again and goodbye.